Hello and welcome everybody. Today I'm here with Dani Le Marseny from One on La Balsa, local cafe down here at Buddina, which is my local cafe. So welcome, Dani.
Thank you, Vickie.
So we are writing a story about Dani and Jeff and One on La Balsa in our next issue of the magazine. And so with that, I also wanted to interview Dani for my podcast, which is Wake Up, You've Got This, and also for the Matters magazine page and my own page. So I'll start by asking you to tell us a little bit about you, a little bit about your background.
Basically a background, we're from Sydney, born and bred. We travelled around Australia, found the Sunshine Coast, fell in love, decided to pretty much move straight away. Original builders in Sydney, sort of got a little too expensive down there, so we came up here to try our hand at building up here, and then we bought the site where the cafe is and decided to build a cafe and units up above, and that's about it. We didn't have really any history in food or anything like that, but we just found my mate Nikki Kirby, who that was her thing, and she joined us, and basically 13 years later, we're still going.
13 years, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's incredible. It's amazing. It's been such a great experience.
So what do you think is your point of difference? Why do you think that your clients love you so much? I mean, I personally am a client, and your coffee is the best on the coast, I have to say, in my humble opinion. I am fussy though.
Yeah,
but what do you think is your point of difference?
Our point of difference is obviously location. Being on the river, a beautiful spot, near the beach, everyone walks, that sort of thing. But we've always said to the staff and to everyone that it is a location you have to come to. You're not walking past, it's a destination, so it has to be good. It has to be up to scratch every single time. And if you're not happy as a customer, you come and talk to us, we fix it up. Never leave. We don't want anyone to leave unhappy, because it is such a local area. We want people to come back. It's not a tourist, we don't rely on tourists. We get a few now that get referred to us, but it's the same people like yourself every day. We get to know you, and it's just a nice feel. It's a great spot to work, to look at the water all day. But yeah, it's very local, what we love.
Yeah, absolutely. And so tell me about how you're currently pivoting, because that's obviously the reason that I wanted to interview you, is I'm so have admired what you guys have done down there. So share.
So yeah, basically, as you know, we've gone from a 100-seat cafe doing, hundreds of meals on the weekends and through the week, mostly on the weekends, people coming for breakfast, jam-packed, pumping all the time, to nothing. It was like, holy moly, what are we going to do? So Jeff and I thought, okay, we have to pivot. We have to do something overnight. So it went to the 4-metre rule, which was okay, still kept us going, but it was really hard to try and keep people apart. Then when it went to takeaway only, we flipped our whole business on its head. So we've gone from grab and go, a basic menu that is easy to take away. So when people were in the park, that was fine. Next minute, can't sit in the park. So it was just like this constant, okay, what do we do? So we'll bring in a little supermarket so that we have a lot of elderly customers, so they don't have to go to the supermarket. You can get all these staples there. We brought in take-home meals, which Chef Santosh is making some incredible meals. Kept it all around $13.90, which is really reasonable for a meal. So people can afford to get a couple a week. So we're doing that. We're doing our fruit and veg boxes, which we're saving people $10 on delivery for that. Mother's Day, we're doing hampers. So it was basically flip it on its head and see how we go. And we sort of thought, it'd be easy to fail, but in this time, people, if you fail, everyone would go, we had to go. If it doesn't work, go to the next thing, So that's what we've been doing. So the next stage, hopefully, we'll be able to get tables back at a distance. But going back to the pumping restaurant, I don't think that's the thing that's going to happen in a long, like a year more. I just can't see it happening. So we'll just keep going the way we're going. People loving the grab and go to the park, go to the beach. It hasn't. We've only lost 2 staff members through not enough, which is great. So we've kept 11 staff.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. I mean, a lot of them are uni students as well, but we've got 4 to 5 full-time, which we've kept. And plus opening our little Bock Beach container down at Bock Arena. That's pumping because it's out in the open and people feel safe and they're getting coffee and they can just walk off, and there's so many more people working from home. So yeah, it's been you get up and you go, oh, what's going to happen today? What's going to change? But we're slowly starting to calm down again. So it's pretty good.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about the vegetable boxes. So how can people order those? Is it just one box and this is how it is? Or
no, they've got 6 or 7 boxes online at Suncoast Fresh. They are our wholesaler and have been our wholesaler for 13 years. They're a fabulous company. They use a lot of local farmers, try to keep a lot of it local. So what they were doing, because they've gone from supplying restaurants and cafes to virtually having no one to supply to.
Yeah.
So they themselves had to flip themselves on the head, and they went through and thought, okay, we'll home deliver. So with that home delivery of these boxes, pick out your $30 box or your whatever, they had to charge you $10 delivery. So they've come to cafes in certain areas as a drop-off point. So if you look on Suncoast Fresh's website, look at the box you want, ring our shop, we order it for you. By Wednesday afternoon, it's delivered on Friday. Come and pick it up Friday. So you've got your weeks of veggies and fruit. And as I said, it's much better quality than the supermarkets. And helping another local company. They're just up at Coolum. Great company. Yeah, so that's another thing. It's one more thing. We're now a fruit and veg shop, but that's fine. It's great. I don't want a lot of our elderly customers are even scared to come in the shop. So we would take the coffee down to them, we'd take it into their car, and now they can get their staples. So
yeah, well, it's amazing to watch all the different things that you're doing and the different things that you're selling. And every time I come in, there's something else. And yes, Santosh is the most amazing chef. His food's awesome.
It's really got him inspired. Like, he's really enjoying doing something different. He can do every day is a different. So he's researching, it's been, for him, he's someone that needs to be kept busy. That's just the way he operates. So it's been great for him.
Yeah. So what are your long-term and short-term goals?
Well, as a short-term, it's day by day. It's keeping it fresh and happy and trying to make people feel safe. A little bit out there, and I found from the weekend now, people sort of thinking it's over. It's not over. We need people to stay vigilant so we can come through a lot quicker than, if we go backwards, we don't want to go backwards.
No.
So I just stress to people to please just, keep your distances, don't hang out in groups, which is hard in our area because it can get quite busy. But all in all, people have been good. So our short-term goals are just to get through day by day and keep our staff, everyone employed. Long-term, as I said, we'd like to fill up our balcony with tables, keep the inside sort of probably as a shop for quite a while, then maybe 2 or 3 tables inside. As I said, I can't see really full restaurants for another year, at least a year. Until, it's just a feeling. I don't know anything more than anyone else, but it's just a feeling I've got. Like I myself would not like to go into a crowded bar, or
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm sort of thinking people are going to be the same with restaurants. So as long as they can still take it, like we serve meals into the park. When we can get back onto plates, we'll walk the meals across to the park. We've also set up some tables and chairs in the park. We did have to bring them back in when all that changed, but hopefully we can do that again.
Yeah.
Space. So, and we're quite happy to deliver it over or ring you when it's ready. Yeah, it's as I say, it's really day by day. So with the long term, it's long term back to normal is a long time.
Yeah. And so this is not one of the questions that I sent you, but on the spot, if you were to give, a little piece of advice to a fellow business owner of how they might pivot and, you know, think outside the square as you guys have done, which congratulations, just such a great job.
Yeah.
What would that advice be?
Well, it's basically to try something. And as I said, in these times, normally people, when you go into a business or, as you know, something, you're scared of failure. It's sort of like, if I fail, people are going to go, oh, I knew that's never going to happen. But I reckon in these times, if you're just trying, like, you know, say with our take-home meals, if that didn't work, okay, stop it, let's try something else. You've just got to try something else. Like, so many restaurants and cafes just shut the doors and walked away.
Yeah.
So I think they didn't even give it a go. Yes, I know rents and all that sort of thing, and, you know, that sort of, but to me, it's just have a crack. You know, you're going to keep people in jobs. You're getting help from the government, which has been amazing to keep the employment happening. And as I say, if you fail, you fail. Like, let's move on, let's try something else. And talk to your local businesses. Like, I myself have been going to as many different cafes that I know are open pretty much every day, or every second day, because it's a bit busy, every second day, to support them. Like, you know, I've got my favourites as well, and I'll go and buy something to eat or bring it home, or coffee, or whatever it is. And I just think the community as a whole, and business people around the community have helped each other. You know, like, if you run out of something, you go and, we've been, you know, begging and borrowing off people, because it's just, as I say, it's day by day. But you really just, you got to hang in there. It's going to end.
Yeah.
You want to come out the other side with a business.
Yeah. And really, you know, the fact is, isn't it, that no matter what you try, there isn't really any failure. It's just learning, isn't it? You're just learning, well, that didn't work, or learning that did work, or...
Exactly. Yeah. And it's not something that you as a business have done. It's a global thing.
Yeah.
You haven't done anything wrong. We're all going along, like, incredibly well for the coast. Like, everything was pumping. We're starting to get all those great restaurants, you know, like Rice Boy and all those fabulous places. The coast was starting to get this full culture of food, and bang, overnight, it's all gone.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, the wharf, that was just thriving. Now they've shut their doors. You think, it's just sad. It's really sad.
Yeah, it really is. So is there anything else that you would really love to share with our listeners today?
Just be positive. It's, as I said, it is going to end. And just listen to the government, listen to the, you know, love them or hate them, or Liberal, Labor, whatever. They are the only ones that we can go by leadership, because no one else knows. It's never been done before. Just trust in them. I mean, otherwise, you know, you just got to go with, okay, they say this is the rule. Just keep to the rules. Don't try and buck. Like, you know, we got people coming in the shop and saying, why can't I sit down? Because you can't. It's the rules. You know, just abide by it, and we'll all get through it. So, you know, it's funny times. But in years to come, we'll look back and go, remember that, you know, how bad that was. And
yeah,
very, very bizarre.
It'll be like before and after in a timeline of, you know, that was before and it's after, sort of almost like the Twin Towers.
Yeah, exactly. And like, we've gone through the bushfires, we've gone through the drought, and like these poor country people. So that's what we said. As soon as they open the borders, we're doing a road trip, go and help, you know, go out west and just try and share the money around as much as you can. Like, we've been donating to charities in Bali, because we go there all the time. They've got nothing. Yeah. It's basically just get behind everyone and really support. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. Before I close, before we leave, is there anything you'd like to make an offer to our listeners of something?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you come in and mention that you're support you guys, support matters, we'll give you $1 off your coffee.
Cool.
Yeah, just.
You're going to put a time limit on that?
Whatever. I'm on the spot. How long does the online thing go for?
So this issue goes from June till September.
Okay, we'll do it for that, June to September.
Happy to do that?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So mention Matters Magazine and you get $1 off your coffee at One on La Balsa. Thanks so much for your time today, Dani.
Thank you.